Hi ladies, it's Trisha, and I have been asked if I will do a tutorial on how I made this flower. I do have tutorials on these ones here, and the idea is pretty much the same, but quite a few people have asked me exactly to show them how I've done this. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to make it in exact same colour and fabric as this one here. Okay, so I found this gorgeous pink, sort of dusky pink satin on the market stall. It's always worth a look on the market stalls for fabric, because it's that much cheaper than in the shops. Sorry. Okay, so I just cut strips of the fabric, then I fold them in half, and then I usually fold them in thirds. And this is just to cut my circles out. So I use a circle of card, and this is actually, let me measure it, 5 centimetres, which is, let me see, it's a 2-inch circle. Okay, and all I do is place my circle on top of the fabric. And then I just cut round the card. I mean, it really doesn't need to be perfect. And I mean, so this will cut, I mean, I think it's about 12 circles at a time or something. No, 6. Sorry, 6 at a time. Just depends how good your scissors are as to how many you can cut at once. There we go. So that's my circles. So that's what I start with. I normally cut out, I don't know, about 20 to start off with, because when I make these flowers I don't use an exact amount of petals. It's just whatever it needs. Okay, so I'm just going to make a few of the petals to show you. So I just fold the circle in half, and then it's a third. Pop a tiny bit of glue in there, then a tiny bit of glue on there, and fold over. So you get that cone shape. Let me bring the camera in a bit while I do the next one. Okay. So I fold the circle in half, like that, and then a third, tiny bit of glue in there, tiny bit of glue on there, and then fold that one over. And every single one of them comes out slightly different. So I'll do one more, because I have some made up already. Okay, so a third, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you on a piece of paper, because I know it's really difficult to see on the fabric. So I'm just folding the circle in half, like that, and then a third, and a third, and that makes up the petals. I just think that's a little bit easier to see than fabric. So that's the fold I use. Okay, like I say, I have made up some of the petals in advance so I can keep this as short as possible. Okay, I really don't count how many I use. I think I use probably a different amount on each flower. So I just sit and cut out lots of circles and make up the petals and keep them in a box so that I can make up a flower later. Okay, so I also cut a 2-inch circle of felt for the back of my flower, but again you could use card if you don't want to use felt, it doesn't matter. Okay, so when I'm layering I always keep the open side here facing me, if that makes sense. I'm sure it does, but we'll see. Anyway, I just pop a small amount of glue onto the end, and I always start about 1/2 centimetre from the centre of the circle, like so. So then I take my next one, and again I keep the open end facing me. Move my glue gun in a bit. Okay, and then I just overlap them ever so slightly, like that, and I'm just going to keep going with that. And you'll see that it's starting to build up that sort of ruffled look. It kind of look like a rosette. Maybe I should call them my rosette flower. And you just keep going with that. I do really enjoy making these. I find them quite therapeutic. Excuse me. And you can do this with any fabric you like, or lace. Okay, this might be the last one. I've done that one round the wrong way. Let's move that to one side. There you go. So that's the outside of the flower, and you can just adjust the ruffles to the way you want them to be. I should really count and tell you roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think I used 15 on that one. 14. Okay. So then in the centre I'm doing exactly the same thing again, but not as many layers. So I find the centre and put one of them in. And I line these up more. It normally either takes 5 or 6 to do this centerpiece. See, like that. Okay. Sometimes I use 5, sometimes I use 6 in the centre. I don't know why, it's just the way it works out. And then I'll just take one of these flat back pearls from my centre. Ow, I'm burning myself. That wasn't very good. Sorry, I'm just trying to peel the glue off now. Try that again, Tricia. This time without dropping it on your finger. I've got blue strands everywhere. Okay, and that's my flower. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to call this my rosette flower. It does look like a rosette. And then I quite like all the little strands showing, but you can just trim it off and tidy up any bits that you think are sticking out too much. So that's my flower. I hope that was easy to follow, and if you've got any questions, please let me know, and try not to burn yourself like I did. And I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.